Tom Hill, Earl Bell, Al Joyner, Ed Preston. We just worked hard and we recruited good athletes, we recruited good people. Had a lot of luck involved in it. Earl Bell, for instance, was a 15-foot pole vaulter, and he was the first American to go over 19 feet. Made the Olympic team 3 years, 3 different times, won a bronze medal.
I stayed involved with ASU throughout. You know, when I was a freshman at Arkansas State University, I was very lucky. They had a new track coach. His name was Guy Kochel. And Guy Kochel was very motivated, very smart, and he loved the pole vault. And I learned so much from him. He was in his second year as a track coach. And you know, I was so lucky that me and Coach Kochel started working together, because I don't think I would have had near the success if I had not run into him.
Al Joyner didn't even know who he was. He walked on here, no scholarship, and ended up winning the gold medal in 1984. And Ed Preston was a sprinter from Dallas, Texas. And we just had kind of one thing that led to another, and when you have good athletes like that, they bring other good athletes in.
Well, Coach Kochel and Earl Bell as well spoke at my high school when I was in high school. That's a big reason I came to ASU, is you know, the tradition of track and field. And I wanted to be in a program that you know, sent people to the Olympics.
I'll give you an example of that, I guess, is Al Joyner. When he walked on here from another school, transferred here, and I asked him, why did you choose Arkansas State University to come? He said, well, I was thumbing through the track and field news, and it showed the results of and the standings of all athletes in the world, track and field athletes in the world. And so when I went through there, in the pole vault and the triple jump and the high jump and the long jump, Arkansas State was in the top 10 in every one. He said, well, if they're in the top 10 of all those jumps, that's where I want to be.
After my senior year, I'm no longer competing for Arkansas State University, but I'm going to ASU every day for my training. I'm using their track, I'm using their indoor facilities, I'm using their weightlifting equipment.
When I was an athlete here, Earl Bell was still training, and Al Joyner was here for a little bit. Of course, Earl lives here, and we also had some other Olympians that didn't go to school at ASU come and train here. And so as a kid, you know, 18, 19-year-old kid, you walk out to the track, you know, and you see a guy who's won an Olympic medal, and you know, that's a big deal. I mean, that makes you want to work that much harder.
Just a good tradition, honestly. There's a lot of good pole vault tradition here. You know, of course, Earl Bell holding the world record here, Jeff Hartwig, Maury Sanders, the Mooneyham brothers, just all of them being elite pole vaulters at this level. In other schools, they didn't really have quite a resume as this school did.
We have gotten a lot of interest in ASU based on the history.
I'll tell you a story of a young man that we recruited from the university, from Texas, a high school kid in Texas and Dallas, and he was one of the best pole vaulters, high school pole vaulters in the country. And I went to the meet and watched him vault in the state meet, and then went to his home to visit with him and his parents. And he said, well, Coach, I'm going to the University of Texas. My mother went to Texas, my father went to Texas, my grandmother went to Texas, my grandfather went to Texas. I'm going to be a Longhorn. I said, well, that does not meet the objectives that you told me you wanted to meet. You said that you wanted to win the NCAA championship someday. You said you wanted to make the Olympic team someday. They've never had anybody in the pole vault to make the Olympic team. We've had 5. We've had 5 and a world record. So if you're telling me this is what you want, you really have no choice except come to Arkansas State. So I'm gonna walk outside for about 10 minutes. You need to talk to your mother and father about not being a Longhorn if you want to do what you say you want to do. And when I come back in, you either sign the papers or I'm going to go to Ohio and get the second best pole vaulter and we're going to whip you in the NCAA meet and he'll make the Olympic team. Well, he came to Arkansas State. And he came to Arkansas State and he actually won the NCAA championship his freshman year, first year there. So those are the kind of things, you know, that you could get recruits that other people couldn't get because of the success that you had in certain events.
When I came here my freshman year, I mean, I was decent, but I wasn't as good as I am now. And we have a new hurdle coach, which is the head coach, and he's made some real good changes with like me going over hurdles, my trail leg, lead leg. So I think ASU is helping out a lot for me to reach my goals.
We work on speed, power, strength, endurance, all the biomotor capabilities to try to develop the whole athlete.
In coaching, I don't think, in coaching track and field, I don't think there's any more excitement, any more goals to be met, anything that happens to you as far as coaching that could be better than watching your athletes stand up on the podium in the Olympic Games, playing the national anthem, and them putting the medals around their neck. That is the ultimate in coaching in track and field. And I had that experience 2 different times. And it's just an amazing thing to know that your athletes are the very best in the world.
Well, you know, there was a lot of, media coverage, and I got a lot of attention, and it was great fun because it was such a successful year.
I don't think Arkansas State realizes the publicity that they got from those 2-3 guys that we had then, that was all over the world, not just in Jonesboro, not just in Arkansas, but not just in America, but I mean, they set records all over the world, and it was a big deal.
Just to get to wear the jersey, just to represent your country, makes you feel really excited and proud, and just sort of gives you tingles because, man, I finally get to be the guy that's out there representing the United States.
You know, there's not many schools in the United States of America or anywhere else can say that they had 2 athletes that were the very best in the world at one time.